Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. We all know you're busy people and you want to get right to the good stuff. So today we're diving into the Xiaomi Pad 7.
That's right, the 11.2-inch one. It comes in gray. It looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, so we read through a pretty detailed review and we're here to break it all down. See if it's something you might want to pick up.
Exactly. We're going to hit the important stuff. The design, the display, you know how it actually performs, and of course that battery life. Everybody wants to know about the battery.
For sure. And we'll even touch on some of those extra features that caught our eye. So first impressions right out of the box. This review really emphasized the design. Sleek, modern. They even called it understatedly elegant.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Seems like they were going for that clean, minimalist aesthetic. That gray finish definitely adds to that.
But you know, it's not just about looks. This review really dug into the build quality too. They said it felt robust, like it could handle some bumps and scratches, but still lightweight enough to carry around comfortably.
Which is super important for a tablet. You want something that feels premium, but you don't want it to weigh you down.
And speaking of premium, the review mentioned how much they appreciated the attention to detail, like smoothly rounded edges and the way that finish was applied. It's those little things that can make a difference,
Yeah.
especially in a mid-range tablet.
Yeah, for sure. And thinking about that minimalist design the reviewer mentioned, it makes sense. It's something you could take anywhere. Professional setting, casual setting, it kind of blends in.
Exactly. All right, so let's talk about the display, because let's face it, that's what you're going to be looking at most of the time. 11.2 inches, that's a pretty good size.
Yeah, it's a sweet spot, right? Big enough to get things done, but still portable.
And the review is really impressed with the quality. Vibrant colors, sharp details. They said it was great for everything. Web browsing, watching videos, you name it.
And remember, color accuracy is important, especially if you're looking at photos and videos. You want those colors to pop, but you also want them to be true to life. And it sounds like this tablet delivers on that front.
Definitely. And you know what else stood out to me? They said it was really comfortable to use for extended periods. The high resolution keeps everything crisp and clear. No eye strain.
Oh, that's huge. Nobody wants to be squinting at their tablet after like 20 minutes.
Right. And they talked about the aspect ratio too.
Mm-hmm.
It's optimized for both landscape and portrait mode, so you've got plenty of space for work stuff, but it's also great for reading or video calls.
Yeah, that's smart. It's like they thought about how people actually use tablets, so you're not stuck with a screen that feels too wide or too narrow for certain tasks.
All right, let's move on to the brains of the operation. How does this thing actually perform? The review mentioned a capable chipset. Said it could handle everyday tasks without breaking a sweat. Plus, you've got 8 GBs of RAM and 256 GBs of storage.
So that 8 GB of RAM is important for multitasking, jumping between different apps. You don't want any lag or slowdowns.
Right, and having that much storage space means you could load it up with apps, documents, photos, videos. You don't have to constantly worry about running out of room.
You know, nobody wants to be deleting stuff just to make space for a new app.
Exactly. And the reviewer specifically called out the responsiveness.
Yeah.
Said it felt snappy even when they were pushing it with more demanding apps. So that combination of RAM and storage really seems to pay off.
And that's crucial for productivity, right? You don't want a tablet that's going to hold you back when you're trying to get things done.
Okay, let's talk battery life, because this is always a big one. The Xiaomi Pad 7 has a 800 and 850 mAh battery. And the review said it could last for a full day of heavy use. Streaming, browsing, working.
That's impressive. I mean, that's what you want, right? A tablet that can keep up with you throughout the day.
And get this, when you do need to charge it up, it supports 45W turbocharging, so you can get hours of use back in just a few minutes of charging.
That's super convenient. Nobody wants to be tethered to an outlet for hours on end.
Although there is one thing to note. The review mentioned that a power adapter isn't included in the box, which is becoming more common these days.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, but at least you've got that turbocharging capability when you do get a compatible adapter.
Okay, so we've talked about the design, the display, the performance, the battery. But this review also mentioned something called HyperAI technology. What is that all about?
Yeah, so HyperAI is basically about making the tablet smarter. It optimizes the system, improves responsiveness, and even personalizes the user experience over time.
So it learns your habits and adjusts accordingly. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like having a tablet that gets to know you and anticipates your needs. And the review mentioned other software enhancements too, all working together to make the tablet run smoothly.
They also spent some time talking about the user interface. Said it was uncluttered and easy to use. You can quickly access all the essential functions.
Which is great for people who just want to pick it up and start using it. You don't have to spend hours digging through menus and settings.
And for those of us who like to multitask, the operating system is optimized for that too. You've got split screen mode, floating windows.
Really handy for productivity. You can have multiple apps open at the same time and switch between them seamlessly. And the review praised the intuitive gestures and responsive touch controls. It all adds up to a really smooth user experience.
So how about connectivity? Can you easily connect it to other devices? The review mentioned high-speed Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
Yep, so you can connect to the internet, of course. And Bluetooth lets you pair it with keyboard's mice headphones.
Which is essential if you want to use it for work or creative tasks. It's not just a media consumption device. It can be a real productivity powerhouse.
Exactly. And just to remind you, as we said before, you'll need to get a power adapter separately, but it does support that 45W turbocharging.
All right, let's talk value for money. How does the Xiaomi Pad 7 stack up against the competition? The review said it was a really compelling option, good performance, and a nice set of features at a reasonable price.
Yeah, it seems like they hit that sweet spot. Not the cheapest tablet out there, but definitely a good value for what you get.
And to top it off, it comes with a 2-year warranty. That's a nice touch. Shows that they stand behind their product.
Gives you peace of mind, right? And it suggests that they're confident in the durability and reliability of the tablet.
So what's the verdict? How does this tablet actually perform in real-world use? The review said it lived up to the hype. Whether they were streaming HD content, making video calls, or editing documents, it handled everything smoothly.
They specifically mentioned the processor and the 8 GB of RAM, said it made multitasking a breeze, even with demanding apps. That kind of reliability is super important.
And they liked the design, too. Said it was portable enough to take anywhere, but the 11.2-inch screen was still big enough to get things done.
It's versatile, right? Good for work, good for entertainment. You're not limited to just one type of use.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Based on this review, the Xiaomi Pad 7 seems like a solid choice for anyone looking for a mid-range tablet. It's stylish, it's powerful, and it's got a great battery life.
And don't forget those smart features like HyperAI. They add a whole other layer of convenience and personalization.
Even the lack of a power adapter doesn't seem like a deal breaker when you consider everything else you get. And that 2-year warranty is a nice bonus.
Definitely. So if you're looking for a tablet that doesn't compromise on quality or functionality, the Xiaomi Pad 7 is worth checking out. It's a really strong contender in a competitive market.
All right, that's it for our deep dive into the Xiaomi Pad 7. Thanks for joining us. We hope we've given you all the information you need to make an informed decision.
It's been a pleasure.
And as always, we like to leave you with something to think about. So here's a question. Knowing what you know now, what specific task or need in your life do you think this tablet would address most effectively? And how might having a dedicated device like this change the way you work or go about your day? Until next time, keep diving.
Keep diving.